Hello everyone, welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is how do they really feel about you? And this is specifically romantic related, so this will be past, current, or potential romantic prospects. This is for someone that you already know. There are 4 piles to choose from. I suggest choosing the pile that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 1, trust, because the imagery on the card reminds me a lot of the time that I visited the Met cloisters in New York City. I will put the timestamps in the description down below, so feel free to pause the video now and select your pile, and let's get started. If you selected pile 1, trust, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. For your love oracle cards, we got Lightning and Heartbroken. All right, my pile 1, so how does this person feel about you? We start off the spread with this King of Wands energy. So immediately I'm hearing that they think of you as having a really big personality, like very distinctive. They think that people are really drawn to you, like you're very charismatic, and other people find you to be very exciting to talk to or very unique. Just generally, like people really enjoy being around you, like life of the party situation. You could be a Leo or have a really prominent Leo placement in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But that's how this person sees you overall, as someone who is very excitable, someone who really knows how to have fun and be the life of the party and be lighthearted and be the center of attention, while also being very protective, being very friendly, being very approachable. And with 4 Wands cards in this spread, and 3 of them being court cards, this person finds you extremely attractive. Like, they think you are unbelievably beautiful, hot, sexy, whatever you feel applies to you. This person, this was definitely like they saw you and they were immediately attracted to you. They wanted to know more about you. And with the Page of Wands being next, I feel like there is a sense here that they feel a little bit inferior to you. Like they think because you shine so brightly in whatever situation you're in, both because of your looks and because of your personality, this person can sometimes feel a little bit naive or small in comparison to you, but in a like reverential way. I think they just really admire you, and they admire the way that you're able to move through the world being like so open and approachable, but also just being so cool. Like this person really thinks that you're a cool person. And something else that's coming through with this Page of Wands is that they see you as someone who's really good at making your dreams come true. They feel like if you decide you want to do something, you can make it happen really easily. They feel like you're so talented at manifesting what you want and that things come to you naturally because you have this kind of magnetic quality about you that makes people want to help you, that makes it seems like if you ever go through a rough patch, it seems like it's very easy for you to remedy. And you might not feel that way. You might feel like you've been through it, you've been in it, and it takes a while to pick yourself up. But I think from this person's perspective and from an outsider's perspective, it seems like any obstacle you face, you're very good at just turning it around and using it to your advantage to become like a better person, or using it as motivation to improve whatever area of your life. And that's coming through specifically because the lizard on this card, I think this specific type of lizard is said to be able to like be in a fire and come out fine. So I think they see you as someone who's really good at handling situations that other people might not be able to handle. So they do see you as a very resilient person, and that is one of the reasons why they're so attracted to you. And with this 8 of Pentacles in the middle of your spread, I'm hearing one, that you could work with this person or have worked with this person in the past. But more specifically, I'm hearing that this person is really, they feel like they are willing to put in the work to make this thing work with you. They feel like they're willing to really put their head down and do whatever it takes to basically have you in their life. And the Eight of Pentacles is a card of both hard work, but also enjoying the work that you do. So to them, it's worth it. This is an equal trade-off. They would do basically anything to keep you interested, to keep you in their life. It reminds me a lot of the energy of this pile. I just finished reading the new Allie Hazelwood book, Love on the Brain. She wrote The Love Hypothesis. So probably some of you have read that. I don't know. But the dynamic between the main character and the love interest in Love on the Brain is kind of like he has been really pining for her for a long time, and she is kind of closed off to love, and she didn't really see the ways, the extent of what he was willing to do for her, or the extent of his feelings for her. And that is just the vibe that I'm getting from this pile. It's like this person really has such strong feelings for you, and they're willing to put in the work to make you be able to see them and feel them. But with the Nine of Wands as the next card in your spread, I'm hearing that you have some walls up, and this person is very aware of that. They feel like you have been hurt in some point of your life, probably in a past romantic relationship. It could have even been with this person, if this is someone that you used to be in a relationship with that you're asking about. They feel like you definitely have your walls up pretty high, and you're not being very vulnerable with them because you're afraid of getting hurt. You're afraid of letting yourself fall. You're afraid of letting your guard down. And probably it's because you were kind of burned or hurt in the past, but they do get the sense that you're almost waiting for them to hurt you or be mean to you or leave you or something. And that's part of the reason why they feel this Eight of Pentacles energy, is that they want to love you, like you hard enough, thoroughly enough for you to feel like you can trust that it's a real thing that they are feeling for you. And with the Knight of Wands as the last card in your spread, this is just kind of a reiteration to me of how attractive they find you. The Knights are kind of like the sexy court cards, and then the Knight of Wands is the sexiest. So again, this person thinks you are insanely attractive, super charismatic, a go-getter. They see you as someone who has great ideas and a really creative mind and energy and vibe about you, and you're really good at making things happen. You're probably a hard worker or someone who really devotes yourself to chasing your dreams, which they find pretty admirable. But they also feel like because you have these walls up, because you have this Nine of Wands energy about you, this defensiveness when it comes to romance or relationships, or specifically this person, they feel like you are kind of untamed. They don't really know if you're gonna run away or not. It's like this song Space Cowboy by Kacey Musgraves. If a horse wants to run, there's no use in closing the gate because they're gonna run anyway. They're gonna run past the gate. So I think this person also, because they like you so much, because they're so attracted to you, and because they are aware that you have these walls up, they do have this fear that you are going to just kind of disappear from their life or run away or go after something else, because they see you as someone who is really good at because you are so resilient. I think you're really good at leaving behind situations if they're no longer serving you. And I think they recognize that, and they don't want to be one of those situations or people where you feel like they're easy to leave. They always feel like you're just one step out of reach for them. And like I said, I feel like for some of you, this is about someone that you used to date. This is a past romantic partner. And if that's the case, it could be that they were like a little bit, like maybe they're the reason why you broke up. They didn't treat you well. And so now you have your guard up and they've realized their mistake. And now they're like, oh, I promise to like put in the work and be better because you're amazing. And I think you're like, well, I don't know that I can trust you. I'm not really feeling it. And so you're kind of backing away from them. For others of you, this is just someone that you see as like a perspective or a current prospect, romantic interest, then I think this person is really eager to make things stable with you, but they also know that they don't really want to push you into it because they also feel like you're a little bit flighty because you have these walls up. It's like a caged animal. It's like when you capture like a stray kitten or something, and it's like you want to love the stray kitten. You want to like cuddle on it and spend time with it and help it and love it and watch it grow. But the kitten's scared because it doesn't know what's going on. And so there's the potential that it'll lash out or try to run away. And that's like the feeling that I'm getting from this pile. For your first love oracle card, we got lightning, which says sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. But really what I'm hearing from this card is the Charlie XCX song Lightning, which is so good if you haven't listened to it. But you struck me down like lightning. It's like definitely when they first saw you, it was just like, oh, this person's amazing. They were obviously physically attracted to you, but I also think just hearing you talk for the first time, they were like, oh, this person is incredible. It's like a once. It's like the chances of being struck by lightning. That's how they feel about you, like the chances of meeting someone like this. And it's also something that can be scary. I mean, it's a literal shock. So I think this person, like I said, is trying to approach you with a lot of stability and patience because they're also picking up on this really kind of guarded, flighty vibe that you're giving off. And that vibe is echoed in the second love oracle card that we have, which says heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. So I think this is kind of the energy that they think you might be harboring. I think that they feel like you've closed yourself off to romantic possibilities because you've been hurt in the past, because you've had disappointing relationships or something like that. And they want to help you be able to heal that. But they also know that they can't, push you into being ready. So, but you know what? The pile marker that you chose says trust. The situation's calling for you to have faith. So I do think that this applies to both you and your person. So I think the universe wants you to have trust that if you like this person, and I'm assuming you do if you're watching this reading, that you can trust them. You don't really have to be worried about whatever past situation or heartbreak that you feel is holding you back. And for them, they have to trust that you will be able to open up and really reveal yourself to them and become closer to them as you get more comfortable with this situation. All right, my pile ones, that is it for your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 2, getting to know each other, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the 6 of Cups, the Sun, the 9 of Cups, the King of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. For your love oracle cards, we got Seduction and Healing Heart. All right, my pile 2, so how does your person feel about you? We start off your spread with this beautiful 6 of Cups energy, and in a romantic reading, I always see the 6 of Cups. It has such an innocence to it. It's like, something that I'm picking up very strongly from this pile is that this person really feels like they're allowed to kind of enjoy the simple things with you. They feel like they're allowed to let their guard down and really be their most basic self without worrying about you judging them or responsibilities. Because something that I'm picking up very strongly from this person that you're asking about is that they probably have a lot of responsibilities, or they just generally come off as kind of like stern and stoic in their day-to-day life, and they're not someone that people generally like see as a fun person. And it's not that they're not fun, it's just that they don't really like allow themselves to indulge that much. They're almost like they're very stoic, and I'm getting that part of that is for some of them they had a pretty bad like romantic breakup in the past, and they just haven't really had strong romantic feelings for someone or really like someone that much since then, because it's hard for them to really let go and trust like another person or a situation. It's hard for them to be able to express those feelings. But with the Six of Cups, I feel like this person definitely feels like it's like you've reawakened this part of them that like has fun and allows them to be present in the moment and to just like feel things as they're happening. I definitely feel like they almost feel a little bit naive. I feel like I definitely get the sense that this person has not really liked someone in a long time. Like you're the first person that they've really had romantic feelings for in a while, or really strong romantic feelings for. And because of that, they almost feel like a little naive. They feel like it's all new to them again. Like they're relearning how to like someone. But they really like doing it with you because they do feel like you're very sweet. Like they think that you encourage them to have more fun. You're encouraging them to be open to new experiences, and they also feel like they could see themselves like building memories with you. I also think that they think about some of the things that you've said to them or some of the things that you've done together quite frequently. And this is doubled down by the next card in your spread, which is the Sun, which is the most beautiful card to get in any tarot reading, I think, because the Sun really is just a card of pure happiness. And it doesn't have to be happiness that stems from something that's like really groundbreaking. Like it's not, oh, I won the lottery, so I'm really happy because I have money. This is like, I went out onto my balcony and the sun felt really good against my skin, and my favorite song came on, and I had a really nice like drink made for myself, and I just felt good like in that moment. That is the kind of feeling that you give this person. You're really allowing them to be more present, because I do feel like this person is in their head quite frequently. They don't really allow themselves to just slow down and enjoy things. And I think that is something that they really like about being around you, is that you, first of all, they like being able to see the world through your eyes, because they think that you are able to identify happiness and beauty in a way that they don't really allow themselves to. And so being around you makes them slow down and kind of appreciate things more, and they feel like their world has brightened up a lot with you in it. And in the spread, we have 2 rainbows on the Sun and on the Nine of Cups in the middle of your spread. So I'm hearing it's like this person is used to it being like cloudy or rainy, but you are able to turn that into like sunshine and rainbows and, beautiful things in front of them. So they really admire your optimism and your ability to find beauty in mundane things, which I think is something that they're not used to experiencing. And another thing that's coming through with the Sun on this card is that in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Sun is represented by a baby that's like riding on a horse. And with the Sun in conjunction with the Six of Cups, something that I'm hearing very strongly is that this person really admires your innocence. And I don't mean that they think you're like naive or something. They just admire that you don't seem jaded, because I do feel like this person is a little bit jaded when it comes to love, when it comes to romance. And they just see you as someone who's really like fresh and invigorating. And that is something that has really drawn them to you, because they feel like they don't have enough of that in their life. And in the middle of your spread, we have this beautiful Nine of Cups energy, which is a card of wish fulfillment. It's hopefulness. So I'm really picking up that this person sees you as their like ideal partner. You are kind of a wish come true to them. They might have thought for a long time, especially if they have had a pretty severe breakup, which is what I'm picking up on. I feel like they thought for a long time, will I ever meet someone who has the kind of qualities that I would want in a romantic partner. And they might have even like written out a list or really thought about it for a long time. Like, I want someone who is easy to be around. Like, I don't fight with them a lot. I want someone who is optimistic. I want someone who is creative, whatever that may be. And they feel like you really have all of these qualities that they've been wishing for, and they see you as a dream come true. And with this being a 9 and not a 10, I feel like they feel like they're on the cusp of kind of coming together with you. They don't feel like everything is really set in stone with you yet, but I think that's more of a timing thing. I think you just have to, like your pile marker says, get to know each other more before it really comes together. And with the guitar on this card, I'm also hearing that you could be a musician, but they probably just have like a specific song that they listen to a lot that reminds them of you. And they like listening to music that gives them the same feeling that they get when they're around you. And with the King of Swords in here, I feel like this is representing their energy. Actually, like I said, I feel like they're someone who is probably very smart, but they're not very good at expressing their emotions. They might actually seem emotionally closed off. So I think maybe that's the reason why you're watching this, is you're not even really sure how they feel about you. Like, maybe you like them, but you're not 100% sure how they feel about you, because they're not very good at like verbalizing their emotions. And I think it's just because they are a little bit closed off and they come across as kind of serious. And it's not because they're heartless or anything. Because the thing about the King of Swords is when they tell you they like you, or they tell you that they love you, they tell you anything romantic, I mean, they really mean it. They're not going to lie to you about it. But it might take a while to get there because they're just not like overly affectionate people naturally. And like I said, this person's in their head a lot. But with the butterflies on this card, I'm hearing that you have made them kind of reflect on how they might be coming across, because as someone who is very logical and kind of straightforward and to the point and not really forthcoming with their emotions necessarily, they understand how that might make you feel like they are emotionally unavailable, or they're emotionally distant, or not interested in you. But with the butterflies, there is a sense of delicacy now when it comes to their words. So I feel like when they're around you, they're really trying to choose their words very carefully. And I'm also hearing that, okay, you know, when butterflies go through metamorphosis, or caterpillars go through metamorphosis to become butterflies, they get in a cocoon, right? And a lot of people think that the caterpillar, it's just like the caterpillar inside the cocoon, but the butterfly / caterpillar, whatever, it actually is a cocoon. Like, if you open up a cocoon, it's just goo, because basically the entire caterpillar body dissolves and then it rebuilds itself into a butterfly. So the cocoon is a caterpillar. But the point of this is that, like, it's just a natural thing for caterpillars to go through, right? Like, they become this like blob of goo. They don't really know why they're doing it. They just know they like feel like they have to. And it's probably like not fun to be a bag of goo, you know? It's not like, probably not pleasant, but it's something that they have to go through, and they're maybe not sure why, in order to reach like this beautiful outcome of becoming like this beautiful, delicate butterfly that everyone admires. And that's something that I'm hearing for this person, is that they kind of feel like with this past heartbreak, which again, I'm picking up, it could be that they have some past trauma, but more specifically, I'm hearing that they kind of had a bad breakup. They feel like now that they've met you, they feel like, oh, well, this is why I had to go through that. It's because like I didn't really understand it at the time, but now I feel like I had to go through that so I could recognize the ways in which that other person wasn't right for me, so I knew what kind of person that I would want to be in a relationship with, and also the ways in which I was not being like my behavior was not conducive to making the relationship work. So I feel like they definitely view it as a learning lesson now, and they feel like they've kind of blossomed, and that is, they feel like they had to go through that in order to have someone like you come into their life. And something else that I'm hearing is that, this person or you could be an Aquarius or have a prominent Aquarius placement in your chart, so Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But even though this is their energy, I'm also hearing that they kind of have this feeling that you are just like very progressive. Like they see you as being a lot different or like light years ahead of other people in terms of your personality or your maturity, despite having this like innocence to you. Like they feel like you definitely are more just like mature emotionally, or you've learned a lot of life lessons that other people your age might not have down yet. And they also see you as someone who probably has a lot of friends, or you're really caring about like social causes and things like that. With this Seven of Pentacles at the end of your spread, like I said before, I feel like this person, they really like you, but I'm not getting that you're together with this person yet. So this is probably like a prospective partner or someone that you're just getting to know. Maybe it's just someone that you have a little crush on, and they definitely have a crush on you, but I definitely feel like you guys are not together right now. And the Seven of Pentacles is a card of putting in the work and the effort so that one day you can kind of reap the rewards. So I definitely feel like they're interested. They're not trying to rush into anything with you because I don't think they want to mess it up, and they're still a little scared from their past heartbreak. But they're definitely interested in getting to know you more and kind of build up the relationship so that way when you do come together officially, there's something more stable and more grounded there. And with your first love oracle card, it says seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, and temptation, and third-party interference. But I don't think that's relevant to the situation here. I feel like more like they just find you to be a seductive person. They think you're pretty sexy. They think you're hot. They definitely want to flirt with you. They were immediately attracted to you when they saw you, and they only started to like you more the more they talked to you and realized that you have this kind of positive, you're probably really funny too, is something that I just heard. And they see you almost like poetic. They see you like a really well-written love song, basically. And your second love oracle card says healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Okay, so this is what I was saying with this King of Swords. I do feel like they feel like they're healing. They feel like they're starting to come out of the cocoon and be this butterfly now. And probably their last relationship was toxic in some respects. And so that's why they're not really trying to rush into things with you, because they don't want to move too fast and then realize that they're not like emotionally prepared for it and ruin it that way. So they would rather take their time and be like really careful about the things that they say to you or do with you, so that way they do not mess this up. Your pile marker says getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So again, I do feel like, I'm assuming that you like this person. This person definitely likes you. I would take your time with this though, because I think if you try to rush into something, it will just maybe like make them close down a little bit emotionally. So I would just continue to get to know each other, continue to cultivate a friendship and have a basis of like understanding and mutual respect before you really move into the romantic or sexual side of whatever this could be. All right, my pile twos, that is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 3, reconciliation, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Hermit. For your love oracle cards, we got Mirror and Boat. All right, my pile 3. So how does this person really feel about you? So this is a pretty interesting pile. Immediately, the feeling that I'm getting from this is that the person that you have in mind is someone that either you have dated in the past, like this is an ex, or someone that you had feelings for or have feelings for, but there's some kind of separation or there's just some kind of distance between you two. And with this Page of Swords at the beginning of your spread, with these two pages as the first two cards in your spread, immediately I'm hearing, first of all, that I think that you could be younger than this person, either in actual age or just an experience when it comes to romantic relationships. But this person sees you, first of all, as being very, very smart. They think that you are probably smarter than them, honestly, which I think made them a little bit insecure. And with the Page of Swords, The Page of Swords is so idealistic. I'm hearing that they thought that you, and you probably agree with this, that when you first met them, you probably saw a lot of potential in them. Like, you really thought about the way that it could be. Like, you had this idea of the way the relationship should go based on the person that you thought they were and the things that you thought they should be capable of. And that's kind of doubled down by the Page of Pentacles also, is that I'm hearing that you really felt like they had the potential, this relationship, this thing between you had the potential to grow into this idealized thing that you had in your mind. But also, this person feels kind of like they were a page, and they felt like they couldn't really live up to these expectations. They felt like, first of all, they feel like they're probably a little bit flighty. And I also think that they're not very good at expressing their emotions, or they're just not as emotionally available as they could be. I feel like they definitely are someone who kind of goes with their impulses, and they can be a little bit argumentative or combative. They're probably really stubborn. And I'm also getting that they even though they kind of wanted to prove you right and make you think really highly of them, I don't think that they had all the skills or all the things that you imagine them to be. I think, to be honest, I think what you liked about this person was really the fantasy that you had of them. And I do think they liked you. I think they probably still have feelings for you, but they also acknowledge that they are just not like the best person for you, even if you yourself have not acknowledged that yet. And with this Five of Pentacles in the middle of your spread, I'm hearing that they do feel like they just could not provide you with the things that you wanted from them. And because of that, both of you have felt like emotionally frozen out by each other. Like, you probably felt like they don't really care about me that much because they're not putting in the effort that I want them to, or they're not doing all these things that I know that they're capable of if they would just try. And they feel like, well, I feel like I don't have the skills, which I don't believe is true. I mean, I've dated someone like this who was like pretty emotionally unavailable, and I definitely knew that if they just like tried to be a decent partner, they could. But at the end of the day, you can't really control anyone else's actions. So if they feel like that's too much for them, then that's fine. But how are they going to be in a, in a solid, how can they expect someone else to be there for them and put in all this effort when they refuse to even try? Something that I just heard. But with the Five of Pentacles next to the Four of Wands here, something that I'm actually hearing is that this person does see you as marriage material. Like, they could have definitely seen themselves marrying you. And actually, now that there's some kind of like separation between the two of you, I'm hearing that they kind of realize now that there's distance or separation that you were kind of like the best partner for them. Because I do feel like, because maybe you were younger or less experienced, I feel like you definitely put in a lot more effort than this person did, and they kind of miss having someone really dote on them or really try so hard to like make them comfortable or make their relationship work. But the Five of Pentacles, a lot of people don't know this, but the Five of Pentacles in a love reading can sometimes represent like getting your marriage vows, like being together through better, worse, richer, or poor, or whatever. Because in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, the Five of Pentacles is represented by two people kind of cuddled up walking in the snow together. So it's like the idea that we could get through this together. And coupled with this Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is traditionally the card of like a marriage celebration. So I'm definitely feeling like they see you as marriage material. They kind of feel like they blew it. Definitely. They feel like they could have had you and had someone be supportive of them, because right now I feel like they're not in like a really great place in their life. I feel like they're probably kind of lonely, or they just feel unstable. They definitely don't feel the same kind of support and care that you gave to them when you were close or together or whatever the case may be. And they definitely miss that. They miss having the stability. The Four of Wands is also a card of stability, but it's like the fun kind of stability. So I feel like they miss having you around, definitely, really strongly. And they feel like they should have held on to you and really tried to make it work and keep you around. But also, to be honest, just the vibe that I'm getting from this is that I feel like you miss this person, or you're happy to hear that they want you around. But I'll be honest, I think that you can do better than this person, because even if they do have these strong feelings for you and they care about you and they wish that they could be around you and kind of experience whatever romantic thing like went on between you again, I also just feel like they already showed you the kind of effort that they were willing to put in. It doesn't seem like they were really putting in a lot. And something else that is coming through with the last card in your spread being the Hermit is that I think they're kind of aware of this. I think the distance and the separation and them having to be alone and kind of self-reflect kind of made them aware of the ways in which they did not treat you well, and they feel a little guilty about it. And so part of them, like, I definitely feel like this person is reaching back out to you, or they will reach back out to you soon, because they've been thinking about you a lot and they've been thinking about this relationship or whatever happened between you and how they miss you. But I think that part of it, like, they know that they messed up, but I don't even feel like they really want to apologize necessarily. I feel like they want to reach out to you almost to like assure themselves that they're not, like, to see if you still care. Like, they want that more than they want to like actually do the work, is what I'm hearing. Meanwhile, I feel like they see you as someone who has really thrived being away from them. They might actually be watching your social media, and you might have like gone on a fun trip or gotten a new job, or they see you like hanging out with your friends and just generally like doing fun things while they're like at home stalking your social media. So I feel like they're a little bit jealous. Like, they feel like you've moved on, or you've really like grown up, or you're having a nice time. And I definitely do get the sense that they look at your social media, if you have this person on social media, quite frequently. They do miss you a lot and they think about you a lot, but they also feel like you've probably grown up in a lot of ways. You've matured in relationships, and I also feel like they recognize that now, because you went through this with them, you're probably less willing to put up with people who are not putting in as much effort as you are. So I think they know that you're a little bit off limits now, or at least that's the way that they're perceiving it. But like I said, they wish that they could be back in your life. They wish that you could be back together. They could have some of your attention, whatever it is. So your first love oracle card says mirror, mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. So I feel like for both of you, probably, I feel like you're watching this because you do miss this person, or you're at least curious about how they're feeling about you because you want them to want you. I feel like especially if you felt like they weren't putting in as much effort as you were, there's this fear that you have that, oh, well, it's because they didn't like me as much as I like them. And I do feel like they liked you, but I also feel like this person's just emotionally immature. But this person feels the same way. They're like, well, now you have moved on. They seem like they're having so much fun without me. I need to make sure that they still like me, or still want me in their life, or still think about me, or whatever. So I feel like there's a lot of mutual energy of like thinking about each other here, but in different ways. I feel like you want them to like regret the way that they've treated you and still miss you, and recognize all the like really kind and wonderful things that you did for them, which I think they do with this 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands, because they do see you as someone that they're like, oh, they probably think of you as like the one who got away, honestly. And with your second love oracle card, it says boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. So progression, that's what they see you in. They see you as coming into this hermit energy where you're really learning to take care of yourself, and you've like expanded your life a lot. Well, they feel like theirs has closed up. They feel like a lot smaller. They feel a lot more insignificant without you in it. And that's where their closure issues are coming from. They're just not really sure which direction to go from here, because they want to go back to the comfort of having you in their life, but also they do not think that that is an option anymore, and probably it shouldn't be. And this is all reflected in the pile marker that you chose, reconciliation, that says someone from your past is returning to your life. So again, I do feel like this is someone that you previously had some kind of romantic thing with, whether that was you actually dated, or you just had a crush on them, you kind of had a situationship, whichever, but I do think that they will be trying to reach out or contact you soon, probably via social media, because they have been thinking about you quite frequently. And my suggestion is to not give them too much leverage over you. Do not make them feel like you still need them in your life. All right, that is it for my pile threes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 4, romantic feelings, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Three of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Star, the Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. For your love oracle cards, we got Cassette and Coffee Cup. All right, my pile 4s. So how does this person feel about you? We start off your spread with this Three of Wands. So what I'm hearing is that this person, this might be someone that you've known kind of casually for a while, or they've known of you, like without you really recognizing them. And they've actually been planning on approaching you for a while, or kind of trying to build a relationship with you, or maybe they've been working on that. And so they're kind of waiting to receive signs from you that maybe you're interested in them also. And I'm also hearing that they have fantasies of you two like being together and like going on road trips. And they like the idea of like taking you places, like taking you on a date. And with the next card in your spread being this Three of Pentacles, I'm hearing that they do kind of see you as being a little bit above them, because I'm thinking of like the queen bee and how all the other like worker bees work to make the honey and build like the colony or whatever to help take care of her. So this person does feel like probably you have a lot of people that are fighting for your attention, or trying to like impress you with the things that they do for you. And so they're trying to make themselves stick out. They're trying to figure out how to make themselves stick out in some way. For a lot of you, you might work with this person, or you have worked with this person in the past, or you met them at your workplace, something like that. And something else that I'm hearing is that they do see you almost as like a muse. Like they think you're like, you really inspire them to daydream is what I heard. They have like a lot of fantasies that just involve like it's almost like a rom-com. Like this person's actually like pretty romantic. They think of like, I don't know, they're probably like sitting there fantasizing about you like running towards each other in an airport terminal or something. But definitely they do see you as like a muse. You really enliven them with like a creative spirit. They're always thinking of ways to like they could impress you, or they're imagining like sweeping you off your feet, or having these like grand like proclamations of how much they like you. And they haven't made like a huge move yet, is something that I'm picking up on, because they do feel like they're kind of at the beginning stages of this, with both of these being threes, which is pretty early in the tarot cards. They feel like they're really trying to figure out the best way to really like approach you with these feelings before they make them known. So right now they're more in like a planning stage, but they definitely do have a lot of ideas about how they would like to approach you romantically and how they would like to be with you. And with the Star being in the middle of your spread, I'm hearing that they see you as being super unique. Like they definitely don't think anyone else is like you, which was one of the reasons why they see you as a muse, because they feel like you give them ideas that like other people have never inspired in them. Like you make them think of things in a new way. For some of you, you could be an Aquarius or have very strong Aquarian placements in your natal chart, so Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But this person does see you as like, oh, you know what? I just heard siren. They probably think you're pretty sexy. They see you as being like very seductive, but in a way that they almost feel like is dangerous. Like they're oh my gosh, I just heard they're like a little bit scared of you because of how attracted to you they are, which is probably why they haven't really come forward yet. But they do see you as a dream come true. Like when they think about their ideal partner, you're kind of like what that is for them. And something else that I'm hearing is that they think of you as being like a little bit mysterious too. Like you're hard to pin down for them. They think of you as like you shine really brightly, but also there's these hidden parts of you that they're just not sure like what's lying beneath. And I think that is also one of the things that scares them, because you have this sense of mystery about you. I also just heard that some of you could have like really strong Scorpio placements also. And also with the star, they probably see you as having a lot of friends. And with the star and the Three of Pentacles together, a lot of friends and a lot of admirers. Like I think they think that you have a pretty big social circle, or they have that a lot of people have a crush on you. And so they do feel like they have to compete in some way and kind of make themselves stand out because you are so unique and because you have a lot of people that are interested in you. And you might not feel this way, but this is how they feel, is that they think that they have a lot of competition when it comes to you. And they also see you as someone who is really caring and very good at like uplifting other people, despite in their eyes you being someone who's like above everyone else. So they see you as being pretty like generous and giving with your energy, and they see you as being really kind, is something that I just heard. And with this Ace of Cups being next, they definitely want to come forward and offer you confess their romantic feelings towards you, and they do have romantic feelings for you. They feel pretty fresh though, with this being an ace, so this is kind of a new opportunity. But also if you look, this hand that's extending the ace to the mermaid on the star, the mermaid's kind of turned away, so they feel like you have not realized that they like you yet. And this might be the case. This might be why you're watching this. Maybe you kind of had a gut feeling like, I think this person kind of likes me, but I'm not sure. Or maybe you like them, but you weren't sure how they felt about you. Just generally, you thought they didn't like you. But this person kind of feels the same way about you. They're like, I really like this person, but I don't think they are really seeing me, or they understand that I like them. And something that I'm hearing, if you look at this Ace of Cups, there's a stream from one of the cups kind of going through this person's fingers. I'm hearing they're trying to like hold on to you like water, which is hard to do. If you know, like water will just, slip through any cracks. It'll fall out of your hands. It'll dry up. So they feel like you are definitely someone that's hard to pin down. Like I said, like I feel like what they see of you, they really like, but they do feel like there's a lot of hidden undercurrents. Like they feel like you have a lot of depths, or a lot more to you that they don't really understand yet. And that's part of the reason why they're in this Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles phase, is because they're trying to get to know you more and kind of get to the bottom of everything before they really come forward. Because I think they feel like other people who approach you maybe approach you just based on first impressions, and they don't really get very far because you feel like they don't really see you for who you are. You know what I just heard? Me and my best friend have this thing. Okay. We call it the Manic Pixie Dream Hole. And it's Manic Pixie Dream Girl, if you know what that is. Because I feel like most of the men who approach us, it's almost based on this vibe where they think that we are going to change their life. Like something that happens to both me and her a lot is that a man will approach us and be like, you've made me feel alive for the first time in forever. And it's like, you actually don't know me or anything about me. I don't really know what you think is going on here. I have no feelings for you. You are not supporting me in any way. It's just you're trying to use me for your own self-fulfillment because you think I'm more exciting or more interesting than you, and by extension, if you hang out with me, those traits will rub off on you and you'll feel more exciting or more interesting. And then the whole part, instead of Manic Pixie Dream Girl, is because I feel like a lot of times when men do that, it's not even you're not even seeing me as a fully formed person. I'm not even a girl. I'm a sexual object. I'm a sexual object who will make you feel good about yourself. But that's what I'm hearing, is that I feel like you probably get Manic Pixie Dream Hold, just like we do. And I think this person recognizes that, and they see probably that you feel like people approach you based on these assumptions that they have about you, and they don't really give you room to, they don't give you room to have emotional depth, or to not be fun and exciting all the time. They don't give you room to really have your own needs. It's almost like people think of you as someone who will make their life exciting, but they don't think of you as someone who needs like emotional support. And I think they recognize that. And so they're aware that they cannot approach you in this way. They have to like really be willing to extend themselves to understand more of you than these other people that they feel like are approaching you and not really fully seeing you. And with this Seven of Cups being the last part in your spread, I feel like this really draws into it because the Seven of Cups can be a card of daydreaming and illusion. So like I said, I do feel like this person really daydreams about you a lot. Like they think about all of these scenarios with you like all the time. This person, you are running through their mind rent-free. But also they do feel like I need to get to know this person better because I feel like probably some of these things that I think are just based on assumptions or based on the feeling that I get, and I don't know that it's fair to this person for me to assume that they're this way when I feel like there's something lurking underneath, like there's more depth or there's more, this person contains more multitudes than I have given them credit for so far, and that is why they have not fully approached it because they really don't want to mess this up. They do not want to come to you and make you feel small or make you feel two-dimensional in the way that I think maybe you have expressed other people do to you. And that is what's coming through in this First Love Oracle cards cassette, which says outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So replaying events over in your head, like I said, I think this person thinks about you and the things that you've said to them, the things that you've done around them all the time. You run through their mind rent-free. They're constantly daydreaming about you. They probably have made like a playlist of songs that remind them of you, and they play it while they're like laying in bed and they think about you. And with the outdated thinking, I feel like they're really trying to be very cognizant of the fact that they do not know you that well yet. Like they're trying to be like, okay, I know that I have all these fantasies about this person based on like what I do know about them, but I do feel like there's more that I don't know yet. And so it's kind of unfair of me to really to place all of these fantasies on someone when that might not be the case. They might not even be like this. And so there's definitely at least a push to move past these like feelings of putting you on a pedestal is what I just heard. Because have you ever heard the phrase like putting someone on a pedestal is also dehumanizing? Because if you have someone in your mind and you kind of build them up as perfect, it takes away their ability to have like parts of themselves that are imperfect, or like, are you still gonna like me if I show you that I'm not, fun all the time, or I have issues, or I struggle with my mental health, whatever that is. And I feel like this is probably the feeling that you have also. Like this is a fear that you have, is that these people are not going to really like you once they get to know you. And I actually do think that this person really does like you. And because of that, they are really trying to get to know you more before they make these grand gestures, because I think that they understand that you have felt used in the past. And with your second love oracle card, we got Coffee Cup, which says meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted in friendship. So I just heard, I don't know what it's from. It might have been like a Spider-Man like behind the scenes thing, but there's this some sound clip from like Andrew Garfield where he's talking about Emma Stone, who he used to date. And he says she was like a shot of espresso. She was like being bathed in sunlight or something like that. And that's how this person feels about you. They definitely feel like you're a wake-up call. Oh, yeah. And they just really want to continue spending time with you and getting to know you more, so that way they can really get to the bottom of everything that's unique about you and all of these different parts that you have of yourself. And they do feel that you are someone who can transform their life or make them more open to possibilities, make them more open to savoring moments, because you have this, I hate to say it, you have the Manic Pixie Dream whole quality about you. I know, me too. And I think, but sometimes it's flattering because it's nice that people think that we're exciting, but also like I want you to like me even when I'm not, So I feel like this person is kind of at least starting to, or aware that you have these two sides of you, and so they're trying to wait to approach you until they really figure out exactly like everything about you. Like they do not want to come to you in a way that you will perceive as being shallow, because I think they do actually like you. And that's coming through in the pile marker you have, which says romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So this person definitely likes you. Like I said, I feel like they are aware that you probably get approached a lot, or they feel like you do get approached a lot by a lot of people who have these feelings of you that are really one-dimensional or shallow, or they kind of reduce you into these stereotypes or this like character that they think you're playing in their head, while this person recognizes that you have a lot more. You're probably like really smart. You have a lot more emotional depth. You've been through more than probably what a lot of people give you credit for. And because of that, they're really trying hard to approach you with something more solid. So they're trying to take their time to build that up and figure out the best way to impress you, to make you see that they want to be stable and romantic and exciting all in one. They want to be able to impress you, so that way you turn around and see the cup that they're offering. All right, my pile fours, that is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care.